What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is the return of Devil May Cry 5. The song's called Crimson Cloud, otherwise known as V's battle theme. Well, really quickly before I get started, currently my biggest video till date still is Bury the Light from Devil May Cry 5. It's like, it's been at the top since I debuted it. And, I've heard a couple songs since then, and I even started to just start playing this game. I'm very still new to it. As the time you're seeing this video, I've only played for one day. This is, the playthrough is going to be right here, by the way. So if you're hearing this in the future, disregard. So this is the last song I have in my queue for Devil May Cry, and I'm listening to it because, again, I'm playing the game. So this is music from Jeff Rona. Don't think I've heard of them, and performance Rachel Fanan. Now, I just met this character. Don't know anything about them. They're still mysterious to me. It's actually really funny because I said he looks like Chris Angel, and I keep calling him Mind Freak. And then he started opening his mouth, and he reminds me of Genesis from the FF7 universe. So I'm excited. This is the last, I can't believe I'm saying it's the last Devil May Cry 5 song I have. And I have no idea if I've heard of this, like, while playing the game. I highly doubt it, but I just checked. This has 9 million views. Devil May Cry is a lot bigger than I guess I fathomed. Anyways, this is requested by Izasa Oziaha. It's quite the name. All right, anyways, Crimson Cloud, V's theme. Let's go. Oh, there's lyrics. I wonder if I should read them. Spoilers, maybe? I don't know if I should read them. I'm not gonna read them. I'm currently playing it. This soundtrack really is all over the place. I'm guessing that's Rachel. It's so industrial. Like, definition of industrial. Cheers. I'm pretty sure there's... I don't think there's a band playing. I think this is all digital. Nothing wrong with that, of course. There might be like a guitar here and there for like added ambience. I wasn't expecting this for V. I just met him, so... But it's not really the sound I expected, I guess. But it fits. It fits and it doesn't. I don't know how to explain that. Crimson Cloud. Oh. Little breakdown. How long is this song anyways? Oh, thumbs up. Definitely makes you want to move though, for sure. This is the second song I'm going to hear today with Crimson in the title. Small World. I hear the song title. By the sounds of it, it's like this is the chorus section. I feel like I've heard this a couple times. I think this is a layered vocal. I think I hear someone else, or the same person over here only. It's really subtle though. Damn, it's like, it's always weird when like a series comes to an end, you know? It, by the way, like how many requests I've received and how many games there are, sometimes it feels kind of endless, but when a game is like, I'm done with it, which is pretty much it all it comes down to, either there's no more requests for it or I'm about to start playing it. It always feels weird, like, damn, we've made it, you know? So in this case, Devil May Cry, I got introduced to pretty early on in the channel. It was a big request from different ones, 3, 4, and 5. And I don't know which one I heard first, but I remember hearing Devil Trigger, and that stood out like crazy. I now know where that plays. It's the intro. Well, it's in other places, I think, but it's also like the main intro theme. I've heard Buried Light, of course, which is huge on this channel. I have not seen that in-game yet, so I'm waiting for that. And, you know, Devil May Cry is always one of those games where I've always just heard about, right? Like, I think if you're around video games long enough, you know, even though I stopped playing games after kind of like high school, really, I still pretty much was around like prior all that time. So I've heard of, like, Devil May Cry was always just a name that I always saw, but I never kind of got into. I used to confuse it with Diablo as well, another game I never played. And so yeah, I was always curious about it, and the music so far seems like it's, counting all the games plus this one, it seems like there's a kind of a direction, but it's kind of just all over the place as far as like energies, attitudes, and moods. For example, like since I started playing, I'm like 8 hours in or something like that, 10 hours, something like that, very, very small. And in that time, I've discovered that the soundtrack is dynamic. So there's always like little music playing throughout the whole game. And then when a fight starts, it kind of like bumps up into something. There's just kind of always music playing. And, but there's different stuff. There's like orchestral stuff. There's this kind of things. But it seems like everything they've done in this game has a lot of like flair, style, and what's the word I'm thinking of here? I had it and I lost it. Maybe I'll come back to it. But definitely style and a kind of blanket of just cool, I guess. And then since I started playing the game was not what I expected at all. The game has a very like kind of silly undertone. It reminds me of Metal Gear Rising, which now that I think about it, it seems like that was inspired from this. Where it has kind of like humor and it's like over the top, like silly. I mean, it's cool and it's serious and it's nice, but like it's obviously like it doesn't take itself too seriously. A lot of slapstick humor and like you have a, you know, machine as an arm, that kind of stuff. So it kind of, you know what it kind of reminds me of, like with the music and the gameplay, it kind of reminds me of like Rob Zombie films, sort of. And speaking of Rob Zombie, that's kind of where this put me in. Is it put me in kind of like a very new metal, industrial, like early 2000s sound. Especially considering V, which I know so little about. You know, I figured he would listen to like Marilyn Manson or something. And this sounds like Marilyn Manson type music, which is fine. But it's like the first thing that came to mind is that those like, distorted synths and all that stuff. Speaking of other things it reminds me of, there is, if you guys are familiar with Doom, Mick Gordon, right? He composed the first 2 seasons of Killer Instinct, maybe 3, I don't know, but at least the first 2. And there's a song called Hisako, or Hisako's theme. I think it's called Village of Whispers, actually. You can just search up Hisako's theme. Very reminiscent as well, like kind of that whole like woman vocal, but it sounds kind of like a banshee. It sounds kind of far away. It sounds like for example, like the vocals here, where it wasn't just like up close and personal. There was heavy reverb, delays, echoes. It was just like bouncing off of walls. Don't know what the name implies. Crimson Cloud. When I think of him, I just think of black. Everything he has is black. So I'm sure that'll come out later. I'm gonna avoid all these comments because I know people will just spoil something. So I don't know what the name is. I avoided the lyrics just because I didn't want to. Like I said, I'm currently playing this, so I don't want to be. I've avoided spoilers all this time. I have no idea I didn't want to get into the lyrics and read something I didn't want to read. And the only other thing that I have is it's kind of weird. Like I said, it matched him, but kind of not. Well, it definitely matches him. But when I saw this, at first I saw it in the list as Crimson Cloud. I'm like, okay, that must be a Dante theme. I'm thinking Crimson, I think red, so I think Dante. So when I saw his image pull up in the thumbnail, I'm like, oh, it's V's theme. Okay. So when I saw it was him, my mind went to like a very kind of gothic, maybe organ or very slow, kind of industrial as well, but slow. I'm talking like really slow. So it didn't have the energy I really was expecting. But at the same time, it kind of goes with the whole like Chris Angel Mind Freak thing, because it sounded like Chris Angel music. Oh man. Anyways, but from what I know about V so far, he plays really, really cool. And very mysterious. That's it. I mean, I'm keeping it short because I'm currently playing it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Again, it's right here. And that page will also have like the schedule of when I'm live. But it's a good time so far, and it's really cool. I like learning the combos, and I have good experience with Capcom, and this is Capcom, so cool. Thank you again, Izasa Oziaha, and let's hopefully find out what Crimson Cloud means soon enough. I'm going to avoid the comment section here for like a month, so don't mind me. Because I know people won't see this part of the video and they'll just tell me like the whole plot, and I don't want to know the whole plot. So thanks to everyone that you see on the screen. Thanks to you for watching. Thanks for Devil May Cry for even existing, because it's still gigantic. And now 5 is concluded, so dang. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse. Take it easy. Peace.